It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And his pass incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
First carry for James Conner. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play there, second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Two-jet bomber. Kill. Show that bench release and go. Twins. Hey, I said
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position He's actually utilized more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On third down, Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, Haywood! 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. Roethlisberger now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Bravo!
Ben to throw again. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Begin. Out. Shit.
These 2 teams all tied after 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Forced out to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey, wahoo! 48's mine. 48's mine. Too little, Captain. 48.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Roethlisberger being chased out left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Patrick Owasor gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
We got 4. We got 77. Charlie! Mike, 48.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. They were looking for Johnson that time. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. That'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Crunch. Check it back.
To throw again. Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. The 20. They give him a gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Touchdown, Ravens. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't...
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, but it'll be second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey. 4 down. Jack 16. Check 48's the mark. Hey, exit. 48's the mark. I got you. Switch.
Here's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for two. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'm guaranteeing he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times after throwing an interception, we see the next few throws of the safe variety, don't we? Not in this case. He took a shot, didn't get it, but he's definitely not afraid.
Yeah, not there, incomplete. But, boy, after the pick 6, that's risky.
Yeah, risky, but you know something? Some of those guys, that confidence just reigns supreme.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. To the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now his second touchdown of this third quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the second time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bud Dupree.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Hey, orbit. 48's the mic. Check. Show that bench release and go. Watch the out. Watch the out.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And now here's another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. Now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well, I think San Francisco wins 35-34. MVP, usually a quarterback. But in this case, we're going to have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They run with Connor, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! 57. Mike, 57. Now watch run, watch run! Go, go! 57. All day, dog. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. All right,
from the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 76 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Watch tight. Tight is right. We got three, fellas. We got three.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback. But we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he's got this down to the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it towards the end zone for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, 35 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Eight. Mike 48. Hey, Alpha. Check tight. Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the Mike. Hey.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Quarter. 48's the Mike. Don't get nervous. Hey, Delta. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna Mike the 48 right now. Let's go. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
22, 44. 48's Mike. 48's Mike. Hey. High 7. 48's the Mike. Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go. 15 on it. Check 9. Neil. Check 6.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 41 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15... mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
Did the same. It smelled terrible.
48 the mic. 5. And bring it. Hey, alert 48.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, Haywood. Strip the ball. Strip. Take both of them. Jim.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Flushed out right. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So first and 10 now from the 30.
I got him. Check. Heat these two.
Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And that one incomplete as it stops the clock, reading 18 seconds to go. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Alert. 48 the mic. Man, hey, echo. That's trash. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we're going to mic the 48 right now. Let's go. I'm coming after you. I'm coming. These two. Check 37.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's what
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Like 80. I don't think you got it, son. Easy. Check 48's the mic.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore. The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Set, 230. Line 36. Rip left, rip left. Jack 16. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. We ain't giving up nothing.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
General West. Bravo.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft. Y'all playing.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Get him, boy. 198. 198. 98 to Mike. Got this way. Got this way. Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson eluding the pressure right. They'll try and run it. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Roethlisberger will throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Show that bench release and go.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Sponge, sponge, sponge.
Here's Conner. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Like 80. Hey, here we go. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Line 36. Line 36. Ready? Smooth. Got 36. 36 to Mike. No foul. Mike 36.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over. Well, Charles, you and I have made our predictions for Super Bowl 54. Well, coming soon, the official Madden NFL 20 Super Bowl prediction. Something Madden folks do every year is predict how they think the big game is going to play out. And that prediction, with the help, by the way, from Peyton and Eli, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Jackson now. He uncorks it for Snead. And got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead taking it in. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it's certainly...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that in too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
50. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Charlie. Mike 36. Mike 36.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Set him back 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Quarter. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Here we are. Hey, exit. Mike 36. Mike 36.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 29. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver, so they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Let's go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up this one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's a safety blitz and a sack for Earl Thomas. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
King. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on 4th down.
36 to Mike. Army. Check it out, Reed.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And it's knocked away and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Intended for James Conner. Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They go play action now. Jackson, he's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 77 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Ravens 44, Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Easy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jalen Ferguson coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
77. 36.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And he finds McDonald. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
36. Hey, team 6. Team showed up. Watch 36. 36 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I'll obviously this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On second down, it's Connor. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return will actually lose 11 yards, but they get the interception. They have the football. A quick sidestep here, CD. The NFL doing something kind of neat for its 100th season, which wraps up with Super Bowl 54. They're inducting a 20-man class, a centennial class, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. Now, a number of Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kick.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Let's go.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be second and goal.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Check 99. Check 99. Deuce. Alert, alert. Wide. Get wide. Look, there's that. Check Snickers. Jack 16. Black, what's that?
Now Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jalen Ferguson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Set, hut. To Pittsburgh. That's it. Yo.
They go play action with Jackson. Able to get away. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
Jackson now. Throwing again. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Ravens 51, Steelers 6.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Like 80. 36. Hey, come on, no, come on, no. Switch.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump off, but it'll set up third down. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
44. 36. Go. Check Mike. Mike, 36.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Matt Judon. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Jackson now off the bootleg. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
He'll get that one complete to Connor. 20! And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got the tight end, Vanette, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Jackson on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Steps away to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And some space here. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
36. 24. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, me and you.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Black,
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
48.
Hey, Delta.
Stop here, D. Hey, alert 48.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Yeah. Hey, come on. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh. The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
Situation. Let's go.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that
play. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Take two of them. Jack 16.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Mike, 48, Mike, 48. Here we go, here we go. Check, 48's the Mike. Check, 48.
8. Slack, what's that?
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
All right, now.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we gonna make the 40.
Easy.
Twist.
22, 44.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This time Jackson will throw it, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 31 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Roethlisberger will hand to counter. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It's just me and you.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
77.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. 48 to Mike.
Alert.
That's what I do.
Hey, Echo.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Check hot route.
Here's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. Well, hey, CD, we talked about some of the guys that were going into the Hall of Fame, the 15 that we already know. But of the more modern-day players that are finalists, who do you think's going to get in?
That is really, really difficult. I'm glad you asked because it gives us a chance to kick it around just a little bit. Tony Baselli, the left tackle, a lot of people have not put him in, I think, due to longevity. but when he played, he was as good as it got. I mean, the best in the game. I think it's his time. I think he's going to find his way in, even though there's a backlog of offensive linemen like Steve Hutchinson's available. Alan Faneca's available. If you have to pick a safety out of this crew of Leroy Butler, Steve Atwater, John Lynch, Troy Polamalu, good luck on that one, although I think Polamalu is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he gets in. I think Edgerrin James, the running back, it's his time. He should have been in a while ago as far as I'm concerned. It's time for him to go ahead and get his due and get in. And if you're a receiver, good luck. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Reggie Wayne, who do you pick out of that crew? So I think a few guys who are deserving will get overlooked again, like a Sam Mills, the linebacker, or a Zach Thomas. But all in all, it's going to be a very strong class.
And we will find out who the 5 are that will go into Canton with the other 15 the night before the Super Bowl on Saturday. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a throw out to his fullback. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Bynes leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He can run for it, and he will. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Time to take a moment here, revisit this year's Pro Bowl. Played just a few exits down I-4 from the Madden home office, actually. But John Harbaugh of the Ravens, Pete Carroll of the Seattle, they were the coaches, and it was Harbaugh's AFC team who came away with a victory. Their fourth win in a row for the
AFC.
All four of those wins coming in Orlando. But, of course, Charles, it was a tough day in the sports world with the passing of Kobe Bryant was on everyone's mind. It kind of put a cloud over everything on Sunday.
It certainly did, and the way that news spreads nowadays, the game had really started before the news was official, and it kind of broke during the game, and obviously it spread to both sidelines, and a number of guys with no...
And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier.
Check three.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. On third down, Jackson. He wants it all for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 39 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Matt Judon able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
On the double. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Ricky. Go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Let's go. Check 13.
He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
The tackle made by Joe Hayden. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 41-yard line.
Slam.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard.
He may try and run for this. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 40 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
You don't want it. Hey, wahoo! Yeah, right now, let's go. What we got? Mike 48. You gonna get this boy?
Here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, Charles, earlier we were talking about the Pro Bowl. I want to go back to something because they experimented with something in this year's Pro Bowl. Instead of the usual onside kick, they gave teams the option to run one play from their own 25 on a 4th and 15 situation. The NFC did try it late, but Kirk Cousins wound up throwing a pick to Earl Thomas. What did you think of that idea, though?
Well, you know I'm old school. And because I'm old school, I don't like it because I want to see the onside kick be a part of it, to see teams try and get back in the game. But I'm also smart enough to understand if we're talking about player safety.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 91 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal. Good
starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, and it's hauled in by Nick Vanell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Check. Lucky.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Keep it up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Show that bench release and go.
48's Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Finds his running back, James Conner. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
44. Smooth.
Roethlisberger will throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And maybe a little too cute there on the return, losing 13 yards, but his guys get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow? Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, no, and it's intercepted. And he'll advance no further, so he can't bring it back for 2, but the extra point attempt is unsuccessful.
We can't be stopped.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. Let's go. Hit the flag. Okay. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and forever.
Loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Now it's Jackson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Who's starting?
Check 48 to Mike.
Quarter.
Check 3.
Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
50.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Black and turn.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Now this time he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back up. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.